Okay, so guys, right, this our step don dey go far and it makes sense. So I believe say this one supposed to be the last episode for this series, right? So we don't test our endpoints, we don't confirm say everything they work fine, right? So now time for us to implement all the endpoints inside our application, right? Okay, so the first one we will test now say okay, make we make sure say when we sign in or we sign up rather, it dey create for our database, right? So it dey create for our database. That be the first thing we'll go on check out for, right? And we don't want say if you know make I go inside our middleware. Yeah, so if we come our middleware, so don't want to say now only people is signed in and if you enter this our mailer route, right? Makes sense like that. So now what we will do now make we confirm say all those things they work fine, right? Yes. So if I come say okay, make I go to the mail endpoint, it will take me to sign in. Why? Because of course I never sign in or I no get an account, right? Okay, so that's good. So now make we come to our API. We'll come to our API, then we don't create our webhook. So if I hit here now, for us to make sure say this will work. So if you remember for the last class we fixed this, right? But now the thing we will need to understand now say remember say we'll just copy this from their documentation and drop here, right? So I need to test this thing first to make sure say everything they work fine. So make I off here at the series by row. Okay, so make I just remove this at least for now. So if I save that, make we come here, right? Then make I enter testing. So for here want do one test for create user, so we get this. Now make I see whether if I hit this I dey see the console log of the data. So make I see whether they see this user. That's I just want to check out for. So if I hit there, okay, so I don't hit them. Now it will compile the webhook, this path here, so that I can get the results. Now anytime we want to move forward, make sure say you confirm say you dey get this result, right? So it help you to know whether everything they work. So as you see this now, it confirms say everything they work. So what we will just quickly do now to put in the right the right schema, right, for this stuff. So make I do that now. And also we no use user ID, waiting we use now Clerk ID, right? So this one will give us the Clerk ID. Now waiting we want be that. Then of course we want the email. Here go read the email, the username. Okay, then I think for here now avatar now we use, but I need to be pretty sure before we move ahead. So make I come to user. Okay, so we use Clerk ID and we use avatar. So now it's I want to check with that. Okay, so everything there okay so far. So I don't need this console log again, right? Because we don't confirm say it will work well. So I go just come here, call this guy, and for here make I remove this so that I could just use this user. So new user, right, to give us this. Make I remove here and just call this back. So the essence of this now, so that I will capture the metadata and pass them inside here, right? And if there be any other thing where you would like one capture for the metadata, now here you fit do am, right? So for here now, make I do am say okay, here go dey equals to that my new user. Save. Now wetin we need to do here, everything go dey work fine. Okay, so I dey see this red barrow. Okay, the red barrow don go. So once we do that, we don finish here, so we don link that together. Okay, so now na the moment of truth to test whether, first of all, right, to test whether we dey see am inside our database. But first of all, if I come here, so my mailer DB na be our database. So if I look here, so this one na be my mailer DB. I come here, this one na the one we will use test, right, from here, right? Let's use test be that. So make we confirm say we fit still get another here. So I will come sign up, because now sign up now we want to. So that page go dey compile. Let's see. Yeah. So sign up go dey compile, and okay, so if you say we make mistake for this sign up, so make I go to the alt screen, go to sign up, hit here. So we still dey use sign in here, so make I just remove this to sign up. So if I save here, I dey expect here to change. Of course, make I use sign up here. Okay. Aha, beautiful. So that I know to waste time, right? Make I just use GitHub, right, to sign up. Okay. While they wait for this load to spin up fast. Okay, we still dey wait for network be quite slow. Come on. Okay, so spin. So must see whether my network still dey run. Network dey quite slow, sure, but so let's see. Enter GitHub. So it seems to be working. Okay, so why down the load? Although the network is quite slow, but why down the load? Make I just do another localhost 3000 and so it actually compile my webhook. It's in the app on here, and they're quite slow, but it would eventually open, right? Okay, so it don't load up, right? So makes sense now, right? So because we don't sign in, right? So see what we're going to see for our land page, but on a norm, right, it will route me to this, right? So when they see this information, then go let us know say we don't sign up or we don't create an account. But the most important thing I say, make we dey sure say we fit see that user inside here. So if I refresh Hula, so we dey see that user inside our database. That's good. So we don't consume step 1. So make we go to step 2. So for here we want populate data from our, so data supposed to come from this our mails, right? So make we quickly do that. So I go inside my mail now. So that here. Okay, so not so my screen. So enter my components. I think content area. Okay, so where be this side, right? Okay, so this display area. So we will do them for both of them anyway, so make I just reduce the size more. Then if we come here, so this section are the search section. Then this side might be the part where we say we need the data population, right? So we get this here. Remember saying our client components now they work on. So the first thing first now, say make I column mail. If I would like column data, sure, but make I just column mailer for now, and I go say set mailer. Now go there equals to use state, and so this thing will be an array. Then the type will be array of objects, right? Then will be the type. So we will write a function inside here. So I say const fetch fetch data. So inside here I would like call my try catch block, so that in case we get any error make it catch them. So I'm just say console log so make we console log the error. Then for inside here, the first one I go just call now my URL, right? And that one go be string where go be equals to. So if we come here, now this URL here, now they use read all, right? So no, not this one. I think this one. So if I remove this and I hit here, I suppose get all the mailer, but make I just copy that, right? So this one will give me all the mail with the inside, yeah. So inside my database, right? So I won't do that. So make I just paste this here. So inside here, I'll call HTTP. Now since this na client component, I'm not sure say I go need this, but make I test that first. So I go say await fetch that URL. Then the method, right? So the method now get method. Then of course I don't need this header, but I feel still leave am sure. Most importantly, the catch strategy what they use now, no catch, right? And I go like just set the next, right? Make I use a tag of my column mailers, right? So something like that, I save and everything should be fine at this level. So inside there I go say .then, right, call rest, then make it return res.json, and make I not forget to call return here as well. So once we do this, right, we will fetch this data. So inside here, make I come and call use effect. So of course I would need to do this. Now the next thing what I would like to do now is say, okay, I want to console log whatever results this guy could give me. So make I do .then and just say console log rest. So make I come here, do that rest and save. So if I save that, I suppose get result from here. Okay, so make we wait to see. Okay, so I dey see some, I think some issue they show up here. Connecting. Okay, so like I said before, since now client components now be this, right, we might not need that. So make I save here again and make we see the results we will get here. Okay, make I refresh here. So this side anyways now the load, right? So we need to get the data, and from which side they see here we capture the data well. Okay, so here download. Yeah, so we see the results. So dot data. So now that side that they mainly consign on. So I say dot data. So this whole thing I go put them inside inside set. Make a set data so that I don't need to change anything. So here I will just comment there, make here data, then here data. So if we save, we will still get the same result, but this time around I expect to see only one here rather than the original 4 we will get here. Okay, so that makes sense. That's result. And so I just remove this, right? Now the next thing what we'll go do, we can just refresh it. The next thing what we'll go do now, since we don't get this, now to make sure say anytime we hit here, this set ID will capture the real ID of that component, right? So that's what I want, right? So inside here, right? So within we go past will be ID dot underscore, right? Item, right? Dot underscore ID. Maybe the thing will go past inside here. So if you remember when we started this stuff, right, we put say make here they shows the ID, and we see they shows 1, 2 based on the component ID will pass here, right? So make I just make this any for now, so that this red barrel will be right, which is this here. But this time around, the way we don't do them now, I say if I hit here, I don't want to see 0, I want to see this component ID. So rather than this ODC here now, make it be this one. So save that. If I come here now, if I just remove everything here, so if I hit here, still loading. Yeah, so now this ID now I want to work with for inside here. Makes sense. Okay, so this side is good. Now one more thing what I want put here now, say if this has been read, right, make it show a yellow line. And before I move on, if you say for here we need the here supposed show the name of who make this post. Here will be the tag and here will be the real content. So what I will just do now to just remove within the here, so that I will say items dot, I think, contents. Yes, I will say item dot tag, and so for here I will say moment that's if I never install moment here. So I could do npm I moment. So moment. So make I just come up here and do import moment from moment. Okay, so here now go be item dot created at, right, dot format. Then I will just pass the triple L. Okay, so save that. And now for this name, wetin I go do here for the name now, say I need to create a component content, and that's so we done, right? So make I create a component here. So that component I will call maybe profile. Okay. Okay, good. So I'll save here, then come inside this, the part of this name. So remove that and call this profile. So for here now the name I want call, but two things what I would like do here. I say I want pass the ID of the user. So if we come here, right, inside this content, right, we pass this user ID. This one then be the person will make this post his own ID, right? So we will pass some here as a props down to that place, right? So if you just say user ID go there equals to item dot user ID. Okay, so now this user ID, make we prepare here to accept that props. So I go say interface I user, then that one go be user ID, of course now string will be. So for here this one will be functional component. This functional component will take I user, right? So inside here we will pass this user ID. So that guy supposed to come out, right? Now now for inside here, the next thing what we go do now to call that stuff, right? So if we say const I say data to be equals to I'll wait. So make I just quickly come here, just copy this URL, then I feel just put them here. But for this, because I won't make here be in fact make I just make here client component. So just for me to be fast, I will just come copy this thing what I get here. Then so for here I will just paste this, right? But remember I say I gotta make here use client. So if I do so the next thing what I go do now say so for here I go remove this use backtick so that I go fit say user ID. Makes sense like this, right? Now of course now get it go be a catcher, and I don't need this really. Okay, So make I import this and so I'll say const data set data, so that go dey equals to use state. Of course this state will be an object, right? So I will just put empty object. So more import this use state. Okay, so now we don't get all of this. I believe everything will be good, right? So for inside here now, I can say data dot, I think its name we used, right? So make I save this. Okay. Why this guy they show this? Anyways, so make I just come here, just do at least any for now, so that error no go dey. So I dey see this quiz here, but I never see the name here. It's okay. So I suppose to see the name here. So make I do, okay. Oh, cast error. So make I see wetin this guy dey give me. Or first of all, make I come inside this my user model. Oh no, the mailer model. So we get this, right? Okay, so make we console log user ID and see what we get for user ID. Okay, so user ID is not defined. Oh, sorry, not here. Inside here. Okay. Shall remove them. I'll not save here. Okay. Invalid. Okay. So these things gotta work, right? Because now it will still use here as well. So why they compile connected? So I see this 404, right? And why would they get that 404? So mostly within the happen here. Okay, so make I come back here. So here look like say we no save so save here. So come back here. So this tends to the load, right? Make we just be a little patient for them to load finish. And so connected and so it will want Shana to just read the data from this side. So this components don't load. Okay, so they get them here. Yeah, so we read this ID, right? We read the ID. So waiting, another thing I go like one check out for now. So make I see waiting here the load. So make I duplicate here, come here, and just do rest here. So ma see wetin rest dey load. Yeah. Okay, the thing don come. Okay, so I feel wetin go be the problem na say make I just do user ID here, because user ID fit dey change, right? But anytime e change, make we get the right read here. Okay, so I no like say na small letter, even though that one dey fair. So wetin I go just do now to just come here, call class name, right? And I go say capitalize. So capitalize, so that the first letter will be capital letter. Then I also need to do here this. Okay, so all the console log we will put here, make I just remove them since here don't dey file. So remove here, so that's it. So the next thing what we go do now, say we want read that individual content inside here. So again, I will just copy from here. In fact, from here, I will copy from here to here. Now, if I copy that, make I go inside this content area. So this content area, and then they read this side here. So come up and paste. So I see something. We don't need this. Okay. So user ID they shout here. Oh, we get okay. So this is now client components. We need to make sure say this one they imported here, and use effect as well. They imported here as well. Okay, so we get those three things we don't they imported. Now this thing will be an object, right? So make I just make here any for now. Save that. Like I said, this should be an object. So what do we want here? We want this ID, right? So make I use backtick. So inside here, I will call $, then I will say ID, right? So waiting down go help us to now say if we use the ID, right? Hit here, it will help us read that individual content, and now waiting we want. So another thing what I go do now to make sure say I put ID here, because it will change, right? So whenever we call a newer component, right, we read the latest component. So make I remove here. So now it's saying we want 90 days, so we read that component. So make I save this. Now data, and I believe everything is fine. So let's start. So for here now, why here never read? Make I come here. Okay, so the first thing I would like to do now to check wetin I dey get with this data. So make I do console log data to save that. Now if I save them, make I see wetin we go get here. We're supposed to read something here. So why here they blank? I just save. So I will see empty object. Why am I getting empty object? Okay, good. So we get, so for content area we see this, right? So we need to look at this closely, right? So we see this, but should I be getting an array? Let's see. I should be getting an object, not an array. So why am I getting an array? Content area. Let's see. So this is an array. Okay. Why is this thing giving me an array? It shouldn't be. It should be an object. Should be an object. Anyways, let's continue. So I would remove this here to call data dot let me say content, and because of that stuff we'll see there, right? Let me just do this. Shouldn't be so anyways, so I'm saying content now. This should be an object, but it's giving me an array. Shouldn't be so. Okay, no problem. Would later confirm what this result is, right? Would later confirm it. So for here we want to put time, right? So I'm going to say moment. So this will be, it will get here, but for here I will put created at. So dot 1 2 3 4. To save that, I feel that, or then why here we will use the profile we would already create before. So yeah, I'll go remove that. Oops. So inside here I will just call profile. So this profile will take user ID. We go d equals to user ID. Oops, sorry. User ID. Okay, so now what we need to do with this, and once we don't do and finish, everything should be fine. Makes sense. Okay, so we don't consume. Now the last one ain't go be when we want create data. So that ain't go be the last, and yeah, be that part where they use create. So inside slider, I think draft. Okay, so when we hit here, we see this, right? And inside here we'll already do all this, right? So if I punch anything will pass in here, if I hit this, we'll see the content of within we passed in here. Okay, so it makes sense, right? So we'll do some stuff there now. So I go say let's say I'll wait fetch, right? make I so I want copy this URL. Okay, so but I don't need this. Okay, so do backtick $URL. So remember I say you must be an individual to make a post. So if I come here and I come here, so here I suppose, right? So we need your ID to make post. So to get the ID, I will say const massey user, and then go there equals to use user. So for client components, we use user to get the ID, right? Then while for server components, it will be current user. So now I will say const massey ID go there equals to user dot this user dot the public metadata, right? Dot I think user ID. Yes. So make I save here. So inside here now, this ID I go column. So I go say ID. Okay. So once we don't do that, the next thing we'll go do now to call method. It will be post and user ID. So this user ID will automatically be created. But let's see content. Yeah. So this is what we need, which are the things we've already passed here. So I need to call user ID. Why? Because if you look here, when we make posts, right? Yeah. So when we make posts, we say this one for patch. Yeah. So if we make post, right, so we call this user ID, right? So user ID will be that params ID. So okay, so now waiting we want confirm with that, right? So now make we test this guy whether it will work well. So make I say test title, make I call this mocolor work. Then why here you can just do creating post content, right? So make I dey sure say everything dey fine. So I need do one more thing, right, which could be revalidate tag, and I use I think mailers. Save that, but make I dey sure. Yeah, mailers. Okay, so once I save that and hit here, make I come here. This is the mailer refresh. Oops. Again, so I need to see anything. Oh, this is it, right? Makes sense. So if we come here and refresh here, so for here I should be seeing two stuff here. Make it refresh, and so majority of the thing will take our time here now, just the loading, right, for RAM to load up, right? Let me take our time here. Otherwise everything they perfect, right? So now you will see our tag now work, which is what we just posted, right? So they see this. So if I hit here and hula, That's it. So we're supposed to be getting an object, and now it's we don't get object, right? So make I come back to I think it is content area. So what we will just do, I to just remove this thing we'll put here. Right, so remove all this and save, because with the result we're actually supposed to get now object, no be so if I hit here, like it's here, we're supposed to see this content. So if I hit here, we see this. If I hit here, we see this, right? And you see the time they change, right? Makes sense like that. Okay, so lastly, for us to see if this has been read, right? What we see yellow here, or green if it has not been read, make it be red. That be the last thing we could do. So to do that, it's very, very simple. So more come back to this our display area, I suppose. Yes. So just here, I go call okay, so make I put this thing back. So this div now hold okay, p tag and this. So this one here, make I cut here off. So just call it another div tag, paste this. Then here I'll call a div tag, then put class name. I'll say width to be 3, h to be 3, bg red, I'll say 400, rounded to be full. That's as it will look like. And of course, I need to see anything, and okay, look like say too big. I use to save that. Okay, so yeah, make I do class name flex ITC, right? Then maybe gap to be like 3. Okay, so now it will want to be that, right? So what thing I go do now say make I cut here off. So I will say item dot id, item dot view, so dot sum. So make I say el go be equals to el dot underscore id. It is strictly to the user ID, not like this user ID. So we need to define this user ID. So this user ID now be the ID where you could see here. So make I just say if that is true, render this, else render this. So make we go define this, but before we go on, make I just do any here. So up here, in fact, make I come here, copy this, come here, and inside here just put this. So this one will be user. Then make sure say we import this. Okay, so now we don't import this. Make one green. So if it is true, that means it has been read, right? That means your ID is inside here. So make it be green and save this. So since it has been read, right, what I should see here should be green. Yeah. And compile. I'm still seeing red. Okay, good. So make I just put in another post. So make we say complete title. So make I say complete content, and this one I call complete. So hit that as draft, and make sure that I don't enter here. Okay, so the enter, and yesterday load. Okay, so you check load. I'm seeing this. So if you look inside this, you see that this view they empty. So make a look item.view.sum el. Oh, sorry, this is not supposed to be that, so it should be user ID, right? Because we compare the user ID, and at the user ID now they pass enter inside that view, right? So so maybe make I just refresh here. Why are still they see red here? Nothing. I think they cause hydration. So why am I still seeing red here? What? Make I change it to blue first, mass. So why did they tell me false? So a throw false here. So make I look and see. So this is a user ID, right? So this user ID they inside. Oh, my bad, sorry. So that's it. Then make I change it back to red. So I believe that should be fine.